With us this morning is a star of the West End stage. Her performance as Bloody Mary in the musical South Pacific earned her acclaim from many of Britain's most respected critics. She is among Asia's most bankable talents, headlining musicals for the Singapore Repertory Theater and appearing in several international films. Here in the local scene, she is well loved for her hearty portrayals of a wide range of characters and her powerful gospel-tinged voice. Now on Thursday, she takes center stage at the Cultural Center of the Philippines for her first ever solo concert, and we are honored to welcome to Daybreak Sheila Francisco. Good morning to you, Sheila. Yeah, this is TV now, so you got to hold the mic. Thank you so much. What an honor to have you here this morning.
Thank you for having me. Really.
I have so many questions to ask, but first tell us about, like, you have done so many roles throughout your career. What are some of the most notable ones for you, your favorites?
Oh, that's easy. It's got to be the first. It's got to be the first.
All right.
I did a bit role in Joseph the Dreamer. I did the part of Mama, and I got to sing the most beautiful song ever, I think, till now. When God closes a door, He opens a window.
Okay.
And
I
that's
think I know
been
that
my
song.
anthem.
Yeah.
When God closes a door, He opens a window.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah. That was my very first experience on theater.
So it's kind of like first love never dies thing for you.
And still, the message of that song is so strong. It just speaks to me every time.
Definitely. Now, it's one thing to make it big here in home base, but you have just broken barriers globally. And like, how do you do that? What was that like for you?
Oh, I don't know. It's like a Cinderella story, I promise you.
You lost a shoe?
No. I wish I did. Where's my prince?
Did you get it back?
I worked in Singapore. I got even that project. My first international job was a work in Singapore, a theater work in Singapore, and I didn't even intend to audition for it. I went with some friends who were auditioning for it right here in Manila, and then the needs of the show didn't require somebody like me.
Right.
So I didn't audition. But when I was there, they just, oh, come on, just try, and just go for it.
Might as well.
Yeah. So I did. And I got the job. They didn't.
You got the job?
I got the job. It was, I worked in Singapore for about 4 months doing Chang and Eng. It's a musical about the Siamese twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The famous one.
Yes, the
that's
very
right.
famous ones, yes. And while I was there, we worked with some Australians as well.
Some Australians.
Yeah, Australians.
Good day, mate.
Sheilas. And the guy who works for Cameron Macintosh, John Robertson, was there and saw the show. And, he was very gracious. And he said, good work. And that was it.
Fantastic.
I came back home to Manila. And about 2 months after that, I get a call from him and says, we're looking for somebody to play Bloody Mary in London.
Bloody Mary? You played Bloody Mary?
I did, all right, yes. And so I sent my CV, I sent a tape, and then that started it. Trevor Nunn, Sir Trevor Nunn now.
Trevor Nunn.
Trevor Nunn, the noted director of Les Miserables and Cats and Sunset Boulevard, was in New York at that time. And they were going around. They went to New York, they went to LA, they went all around the UK, and they could not find the right the person that he wanted, right? So he got my tape at that time, cassette pa noon, sorry.
What year was this?
Demo.
A demo tape. Okay,
that was in 2000, my dear, but it was still a demo on
tape.
Cassette.
Right.
And he very frustratingly, he comes back home to London and tells his wife that, I still can't find my Bloody Mary. And she goes, well, you know what? They sent you this. The tape, right?
The fateful tape.
And then he says, yeah, just play it, whatever.
Yeah.
So they played it. And his daughter says, Dad, I think you got her.
I think you found her,
And
Papa.
and dang, he did.
That is an amazing story.
I know,
It's almost
I
like
know.
every single one was just for you. It was custom
Absolutely.
fit.
I just felt that it was like divine connection.
Right.
And they sent for me. They sent for me, and I got my visa so quickly. I think in 2 days.
Wow.
The British Council helped me.
Amazing.
I got there at 5 in the morning. No sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Had my audition at 2:00 in the afternoon.
You waited that whole stretch.
Yeah,
Okay.
I even went to the National Theater so early. Kasi sabi ko, I should
Wow,
be
not
early.
Pinoy time, huh?
Yeah, no, never Pinoy time because that's not good.
Right.
So I go there real early, and then the lady at the reception says, "But your appointment is at 2:00." I was there at 1.
I'm quite eager.
And I said, yes, I know, but is there a place I can wait? And she's, well, we have the Thames out there, the River Thames.
Lovely, yes.
And I said, all right, I'll stay there. So I go by and I'm just there. And this is the first time I went to Europe. You must understand. This is the
Sure.
first time I've ever landed in a place in Europe. And I was just like, wow,
Just
Big Ben is right there.
enthralled by
St. Peter's
everything.
Basilica is right there. It was just overwhelming.
Yes, I'm sure.
And I finally get there, and this man, Trevor Nunn, was the nicest man ever. I mean, he was so warm. Really made me feel comfortable, and it was just wonderful. And it was an easy, I must say, it was really an easy audition. He made me
Wow.
sing, he made me read, and then he gave me a few directions, and I suppose I got it. And he hugged me after my
That
audition.
makes such a difference.
And he said to this casting director, are you taking care of her?
Oh, wow.
And I said, yeah, she's doing a fine job.
Yeah.
But he didn't
Amazing.
say anything. He just said that.
Sure. So
Yeah.
you're wondering, like, did I get
Yeah,
the
so
job, or what's
so
happening
I was
here? Are we
walking
just
out.
buddies?
Yeah, I know. Walking out the corridor, I turned to the casting director and I said, did I do okay? And she says, honey, you blew the socks off.
Oh my goodness.
That's what she said.
Jolly
all right?
good.
Yes. So, I went home, I went back to the hotel where they put me up, and I couldn't sleep. I really just couldn't. And then
I
I
can
received
imagine.
the call at 5.
All on
And
the same day.
All on the
That is
same
fantastic.
day. And she says, honey, you got the job. I swear, I fell on my face down there. I was crying. Are you all right? Are you all right? Shall I send someone over? I said, no, I'm fine. I'm just so excited.
That
I'm
is a
blessed.
fantastic story.
It's a great story.
And a great testament of faith as well.
Absolutely.
You went, you showed up, you
I
did
don't
your
know.
thing.
I had nothing to do with it. I always say that's a God-appointed thing.
Right. Oh, when
really.
God orchestrates things, it just
Absolutely.
works out. Let's talk about your concert this
Yes,
Thursday. That's exciting.
Yes, I know it's a dream come true, really, and that's why it's once in a lifetime. That was the title that I chose because sabi ko, baka hindi na maulit.
Hindi naman. I'm sure it will.
CCP started this series last year. It's called Triple Threats, meaning acting, singing, and dancing,
yeah.
right? And they started with Noni Buencamino, Audie Hamora, where I was a guest,
Yes.
and Menchu Lauchenko. So when I guested at Audie's concert, Chris Miliado, the artistic director,
Yeah.
says, I think you're next.
Ooh.
But I didn't
Yeah.
know, It wasn't a formal thing, but I said, okay then.
He was
You know,
prophesying.
yeah, he said it.
That's what he was doing.
Speak of things that be not.
Amen.
As though as they were. So, and then last January, they offered me, and it was great. I mean, now I start the series, and then we'll have Michael Williams do a September
Oh,
show, and Bito
Amazing.
for October. So it's going to
That's
be
going to be
an
fantastic.
amazing
The
series.
song you're about to perform, this is a story of, it talks about a story of faith.
Yes,
I mean,
it
I'm not
is.
going to have, we don't have to go into details, but there's a
No, no.
backstory where you were at a point where you were sick and was it you lost your
yes.
voice?
Well, this particular song is from the musical Noah with trumpets, which
Right.
I did a few years back. But opening night, or the night before opening night, I got burglared.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I screamed, and the next day I just totally
Lost it.
lost my voice.
Your livelihood right there.
I
That's
know,
intense.
and you know what? This song just spoke so strongly to me. You just got to push on. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, Sweet Plantado, sang my voice, the singing parts.
Wow.
I spoke with a very froggy voice, but I sang beautifully. And no, you just got to press on. You got to press on. There are many challenges, many trials that are going to come by, but you press on with faith, believing, and knowing that God's in control.
That is just beautiful. And it's such an inspiring message for us this morning. And it's a great way to start the rest of our week. Thank you so much for dropping by. Now, I have been waiting for this. I would love, love, love to hear you sing this morning. It would be such a blessing and an honor for us. So I'm going to give you the floor, and you can take the stage right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheila Francisco.
Thank you. You gotta break the egg, you gotta bake the beans, you gotta mash the potato. You know what I mean? You gotta boil the rice, you gotta stir the sauce. Let's get cooking and serve him who is boss. Mixing in my kitchen, fixing all you kids a meal. It ain't easy, but I do it. Instead of helping pitching, you complain it don't appeal. It ain't easy, I get through it. And I do it with verve, 'cause I know you deserve all the love I have in reserve. It's love I love to serve. But baby, first you gotta break the egg, you gotta bake the beans, you gotta mash the potato. You know what I mean. You gotta boil the rice, you gotta stir the sauce. Let's get cooking and serve him who's boss. Busy with my bacon, everybody gives me lip. It ain't easy, but I do it. I may over fry the bacon or the seasoning will slip. It ain't easy, I get through it. And I roll up my sleeve, roll the dough and believe all the love I serve with sides is love the Lord provides. And that is why you gotta break the egg, you gotta bake the bean, you gotta mash the potato. You know what I mean. You gotta boil the rice, stir the sauce. Let's get cooking and serve him who is boss. It's so easy to say you obeyed his commands. Oh, but the proof's in the pudding you made with your hands. You gotta add a dash, pound and mash, sour the sweet, and pop the corn. You gotta boil the rice, stir the sauce. Let's get cooking. Oh, let's get cooking. Let's get cooking and serve him who is boss.